Hello, hello.
Hello. Sound check. And then hello.
Hey everyone, welcome to the 4th episode of your favorite nosy neighbor. I'm here at Planet Dance with one of my close friends, Joanne Idarraga, founder and owner of Planet Dance.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Do you know that I have been a fan of yours since day one?
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Since day one of 20 years ago?
Since day one of meeting you at the push office. And even when Lisa was talking about you and your relationship with her daughter, that she was telling me about how special your relationship was and how you are kind of like a second mother to her. And it reminds me of what a lot of us are missing
I totally get that.
in the younger years. So just to have someone like you and hearing stories about how you are with kids in the community that are not yours is pretty incredible.
Well, thank you.
Do you want to introduce yourself and give us a quick
Sure.
rundown?
So yes, you pronounced my name perfectly. Good job.
We practiced.
We practiced a little bit. So again, my name is Joanne, and I founded and created Planet Dance 20 years ago.
Amazing.
So it's just a fun birthday celebration year for us. My son's turning 20, so I apologize.
I do want to get into that because
Yeah.
you did something that a lot of people would not do. Your business is 20, your baby is 20. How did you pull that off?
I know. It's just funny because I didn't overthink back then,
Right.
which is a good thing. There's a lot
we all
more
do now.
working on that. There's a lot of overthinking going on. So picture 20 years ago, happily teaching for my sister, and my husband. I think my husband was the backbone behind this, of saying, you should open your own. So it wasn't a dream of mine. A dream of mine was always to I love people.
Yeah.
I love kids. I love to dance. Put those together, like most dance teachers will tell you, like, why do you do this? It's so hard. It's so much extra work. It's so rewarding.
Yes.
So 20 years ago, when the opportunity came up, my husband was like, you should do this. Just started out, just bought a first house, newly married, and now starting a family. So it was on the back burner for a while. So when the second child did come, I was on bed rest with the second child for 6 months. And how did I do it? I don't know. I just said, sure, let's try it. And I was on bed rest, so I had a lot of time to do some planning and research. And I just said, what's the worst that could happen?
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. So I think part of teaching dance and teaching life skills, I try to lead by example and show kids that, yes, you may fail, but try it. Because just in this day and age, it's so difficult for kids to step outside the box or not follow what everyone else is doing.
Right.
And so I took a huge risk. I had a 2-year-old at home and had a baby on the way. So we just kind of planned, let's do this, let's try it out. And I just think I didn't have huge expectations. And I did have a good support team behind me, my sister and her studio and my family. And it was just, baby steps. And then here we've evolved 20 years later.
20 years later. And now my kids come here, Kira and Maymay, which snow days cannot keep them away. They still want to come and they love you.
That's so fun.
Even Linda tries it with Maymay. Linda's like, it's a little late and you're getting home a little late. So if we go, we're going to hit traffic. And Maylee's like, yeah, no, I want to go.
Oh yeah, no. You have to come to dance, and you have to listen to your children, please. Yes, if they want to come, bring them to dance. Yes.
Right. Yeah. No, there's no arguing that we bring them.
That's good. I love your children, by the way. I love all the children, always, but yours are so special. I mean, just their demure, their respectfulness, and their kindness, and
they do that to you.
And their energy,
Yeah. You can keep up with Kimber's energy. I cannot. I'm done in like an hour.
I get that. I get that with my own kids. Yes. Yeah. I feel bad because we talked about Planet Dance turning 20. My son is turning 20 this year. and he doesn't have a baby book like most children.
Oh.
My daughter does.
Uh-huh.
But I have lots of pictures and videos from playing at dance for 20 years.
Mhm.
So it was a little difficult to go
Right.
back to how it was difficult, of course, but we can do hard things.
Right.
You know, and as women, it doesn't matter. You know, you really can do hard things. And if what I'm trying to, or part of the journey, is to teach the children and the young adults
Yes.
and the parents. So right now, what's that? 2 decades later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of the parents or my students have children that come here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool, and I listen to them and I hear, you know, their difficulties in life, and seeing them juggle work. The demands are much more difficult
Right.
now,
Right.
financially, keeping up with, you know, houses and cleaning and cooking and all the typical day-to-day tasks,
Right.
and be present for your kids. So I hear them out and I encourage them one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and they're doing a great job. You know, and they're just, you know, if it's not fun or if it's not a positive experience, this is extracurricular here. So I just try to, it shouldn't be a task to keep up with the activities. The kids have their schoolwork, they have, you know, after school programs, and then they have family. So we value family first. That's why our summer programs, we do the evening stuff. Family vacation is really important, and family time is important. But we do value family first. And if you can't show up, it's okay. Have a makeup class. Come to the next class. If you're not feeling well, kind of want the parents and the kids to show up as their best selves. And reality is that doesn't happen every day,
Right.
or every week.
Yeah.
So I try to teach my kids at home. I try to show up as my best self, and they might not get the best me every day, but we still show up, try to do the hard things, and life does go on.
We kind of still do get the best version of you, though, because you're very next level happy.
I get that. Well, okay. I could be working behind a cubicle. I could have a terrible boss. I could be sitting. So if you wanted to punish me, you'll make me sit for more than 10 minutes. Yep. So people who understand that, again, I love people, I love children, and I get to move. So even on my, you know, that flu a couple of months ago kicked my butt.
It did.
And I'm sure it kicked everyone's butt. I'm still not 100% with my voice yet, but when my energy comes back, I'm just so grateful because I love to move. Movement makes me happy. So when I show up here, even if I'm not feeling well, I get to move, I'm happy. I get to socialize, I get to connect with people and the kids. It makes me happy. I mean, anyone will tell you that. I'm happiest when I dance. I'm not as happy when I cook. I do love to cook. I just wish I had more time to, but I am happy to cook.
Joanne is my recipe guru. So during sessions, 9 out of 10 times, I'm asking for recipes.
I still haven't brought you a meatball. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I promise.
Or what is that? Eggplant.
Eggplant parmesan.
Yeah. So let's go over. So we talked a little bit about the studio, but let's talk about your competitive side of the studio and all the trophies Joanne has out there. So you started the studio 20 years ago, and you're very nurturing to all the kids that come in here, but you also have this competitive side that wins a lot of awards.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your dance team?
It's funny because when we started, I was like, we are not competing.
Really?
We're not going to be a competitive studio. I think the first 6 years, maybe longer. I think we've only been competing for about 8 years. So the first 10-ish years, 12 years, we were just solely a recreational studio, did community performances. We love performing. We used to do the Chelmsford Parade, Winterfest, and now we'll do the UMass Lowell Riverhawks performance in basketball games, and perform in Disney every other year, perform at Hershey Park.
Right.
Where else have we been? Just fun performances and recital annually. So then, fast forward, my work ethics And my team of instructors, of course, they just get better and better, and we evolve.
Right.
And the competitive circuit was just more popular. And so we had these kids who were tremendously talented and were asking to compete. So it wasn't me. It was I think it was the increasingly talented kids that formed out of our passion and out of our love. So we started with 1 or 2 dance groups, and then it just grew from there. Mm-hmm. So do I love the competitive circuit? I
think you do.
I love that the kids love to be challenged. And I love that they have goals and dreams that they pursue. Mm-hmm. I don't love as much the measurement and the disappointment that comes with our young women and young men when they don't meet those expectations. Mm-hmm. But with that, that's all part of building the life skills.
Yes.
So going back to, we have a mini youth, junior, teen, and senior teams. We grew to 5 competing levels, competition teams, in all styles and genres of dance. And we just try to keep them humble while balancing their goals and their dedication and their talent. I mean, they're just so talented, and we're just learning through the competition circuit about disappointment and teamwork and all the challenges that come. So we do have amazing, talented competition teams. And I would say our studio is about 50-50, right? We have 50% of our studio is competition, and then 50% is still based on foundational, recreational, life-building skills. Because sometimes it's an insult to me when someone will look at our schedule and say, oh, there's not a lot of options, it's mostly competition, and they might need some help, a little guidance to point it out, like, no, for a 10-year-old, there's at least 8 to 10 different classes or options for them. So we try to keep it balanced. As many classes that are offered for the competition team, just as many are offered for the recreational dancer too. So, yeah.
Do you know that Mamie is kind of pushing me to do a little more dance?
Yeah, because I know. They decide for themselves. So we try not to, we see the talent, but I also try to be respectful of the family life. And so with that, I try to just keep those boundaries. We're not this type of studio when we see the talent, we're not gonna approach you and say, hey, you would be great for this, come here. Even though it might be the right thing to do for some studios, I like the dancers or the parents to come to us. It just helps our vibe a little bit more, and our vibe is mainly, we want you to be here if you want to be here. And I know that sounds a little
That's very much your
off.
attitude, though.
Yeah.
Your attitude is very laid back, but you're very stern with the kids. So it's a nice combo for them, and the kids really take to it.
Yeah, it's almost like if you're going to host a family gathering or a birthday party or something as the host. I love to host, and you put a lot of work and effort into it, and you say, I'm hosting Christmas dinner and I'd like you all to be here. Dinner's going to be at 5 p.m. And being respectful of their other, families and time commitments, if they show up at 6 p.m., I'm not upset. So it's the same as hosting the studio events, or like, say, competition team. If we're hosting this, okay, competition team, we take teamwork seriously. There's going to be a little bit more expectations. And and my team are going to do our part, but we have more expectations for you as a team member. So there might be conduct codes or accountability, lots of responsibility. So I take accountability and responsibility very seriously. And I'm sure my alumni are out there like, oh yeah. And with that, it's really important life skills for the young adults. And then for the parents of the younger students, they have to sign for them and say, okay, she's a woman of her word. She shows up as her best self every day, and we're going to do our best to do that for our young students too.
What was the hardest part about starting the business and then having your family?
The hardest part, well,
Or something you always think about, something that always just stays with you when you look at your babies?
yeah, I guess the silliness is, and maybe it's not so silly, but I had my daughter for 2.5 years while I was teaching for my sister's studio. I was more fully present before I opened the studio. So then as a business owner, as you know, you have your first baby and then you have your second baby. So Planet Dance opened just before my baby was born. And I guess the most challenging part was balancing being fully present for that baby and those early informative years. So
do you still carry, is it the mom guilt you're talking about?
I have a little mom guilt for sure.
I have a lot of that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, do you still carry it now, 20 years later? You still think about that?
I'm sure, yeah, I do. My son's on his way home from spring break, and he sees how hard I work, and he sees how hard I try to balance, and he sees I'm human.
Yes.
So yes, I carry that guilt, and I release it, and it comes back, and I release it, and and it just makes me more relatable. I'm not
human.
Perfect and human,
Yes.
and I see that in my generation of parents here, and they are so hard on themselves, and here they see me. I'm human. And I'm perfect, and I see them, and it just kind of implements all that we are here as a family, as a dance family. But
what is the one thing you're most proud of?
oh gosh, well, just the community feel, like the dance family that we've built. I was so proud of that in the first year, and then the 5th year, and then the 10th year, 15th year. Every milestone, I think I reflect on that and say, I still love coming to the studio.
You do.
Oh my gosh, love.
I do not know an owner of a business that comes on Saturday, every Saturday, to teach from whenever you start till when Care Bear is done. Is Care Bear your last class on Saturday? So every Saturday, Care Bear's like, I want to go to dance, and he's so excited to be here. And Joanne's here every Saturday.
I know. And I'm not gonna lie, that 4th hour is difficult. Getting a little older, a little more tired. With other things going on at home. But I love that last class. I look at my team. My teenagers are like, we can do this, and I see them fizzling out before me. So I'm trying to lead as example for them. Come on, we got 24 more jumping jacks in us, and just the kids, they're so funny in their hugs and their stories, and how do you not love it? I don't care if it's my first hour. I think the 4th hour is a little easier than the first hour. Yeah.
So I can comment on your dance family, right? Just Lisa alone, the way Lisa would talk about you and your relationship with her daughter. And then the Girl Scout moms.
Oh yeah.
And how the Girl Scout moms
our new
would talk
generation
about
of
you.
moms. Yeah.
Yes. They're just talking. They talk about how relatable and fun you are, and how the girls just love coming here. And I know you on a more personal level because we get to talk a lot more. But it just solidifies that. I know how awesome and amazing you are, but just having people see you on the surface area feel about the same way. So there's something
that's so cool
about you that just pulls people in.
I appreciate that so much, because I think for a long time, I think being thrown in motherhood and just trying to balance, just mostly I had a hard time as a boss. I think it was more difficult because these young adults look up to me too, and balancing between creating more people like me, and I don't mean that in a controlling way, more in a, when you're here because you want to be here, and let's spread more of this. You see me, and I love to be here.
Right.
My alumni or anyone who's worked here in years and years would know there's no, not to say it's not allowed, the sick days, but you show up when you can to the best version of you that you can. So I think when I've always maybe felt bad about mentoring, not so much about that. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it was a challenge to help. So when people see me for who I really am, and it's not a one-time thing. So when people see me, whether they were here 20 years ago or just 4, I think those girls have been here 3 or 4 years now, the newer generation.
Yes.
It's such a compliment because it's really true to my authentic self, and I just try to be that.
Yes.
And I just want kids to be who they authentically are and not try to measure up from what they're seeing on social media. And there's a lot of challenges for them, and I think those were past challenges for me to really just communicate honestly and authentically. And I love when parents say, wow, you're the studio owner and you're actually talking to us. I don't know any other way. I don't know any. This is all I know. So even at my sister's studio, it's what we did. You know, we just.
So I will say though, from my point of view, being the mom, well, ex-wife now, but still with the partner. So running the business, having the kids, having the partner, juggling life. I look at you as someone who is incredibly balanced in everything that you do, and that is so needed in the community as that not that you walk in as a mentor for everybody, but we see you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we see you as
you're so kind. You always say that too. You're a woman who is doing an amazing job, I think, as balance. Well, that's why we get along.
That's why we get along. But also, you let me pick your brain.
Yes.
All the time. But I think that the reason why I wanted to bring you on the show is that you don't give yourself enough credit for everything that you've done. 20 years of all the kids coming in and out of that, but not even just the kids, it's the parents that see you too.
I appreciate that. I'm so proud of our whole community that we've built. It's not, sometimes I say, you know, to the studio, to our staff and our team, I say, we don't work for Joanne. Even though it was hard for me to take credit, I created an environment. I'll take credit for that. All right, I created an environment and I worked really hard to keep that energy and that happy place, that home away from home feel.
Right.
But I have to give credit to my entire team. They are amazing, and it wouldn't be Planet Dance for what it is without all of us together, and I mean that. And that's just my team of instructors and the parents who are so they don't get enough credit.
And that's why she's Joanne, because she's still not taking credit for it.
It's true. It's true. So I say we don't work for Joanne. I have a hard time. Like, that's just ill to me. We work for Planet Dance. We work for the environment that we created. And it's true. We're a vibe. We are a vibe. And when we have guest teachers and we have instructors that come here, the guest teachers in the summer, they work from LA, Boston, Chicago, and they just come and they're like, oh, I heard about your studio, or a friend of a friend told me they love working for your studio. That's a huge compliment. That's because the children that they are teaching are so respectful and kind and appreciative for these instructors. So I give the parents credit for that. Yes, it's challenging sometimes to adhere to those values, but I mean, we are a whole collaborative team of teachers and parents. So no, I'm not taking credit for it. I'm not. I know you'll try, but I'm not taking all the credit for it. I can't.
That is the one thing that we didn't talk about either. We didn't touch on community. How you do so much for the community. On top of that, your studio during off hours, you rent it out to the community to use.
Yes, so that's kind of cool.
It's really cool.
No, it is so cool.
I wonder why though I haven't reached out, because how fun would it be to do like a couple stretching class?
Oh, absolutely.
Or I don't know. We can think of something.
Well, it's funny because for 20 years I've been here, and our classes just run like 4 to 8 p.m. every night. And I used to have a big morning program, but then when my kids were little, I wanted to be home with that, and I'm sorry, but I think the weekday morning classes will come back, but that's why Saturday mornings are huge. So the studio is vacant all of those hours before and afterwards. So just recently, not recently, but I've opened it up to, outsiders willing to rent are welcome to, but for, I want to say 10 plus years, we had, I'm not sure, well, it's called Mill Advise now, and other local artists just with their community using the studio off hours. So that's why it was a little messy this morning. Because they're here from when we close till 11 p.m. hour. So it's just nice that it's being used. We have this gorgeous space, all of this space, and it kills me when it's not being used off hours. So it's nice that a lot of the community does use it. Maybe Sunday morning yogas, an alumni teacher of mine, she uses it for her Sunday morning yoga, and things have come and gone throughout the year. So used to do the Girl Scout thing, and a lot of after school programs. So
you've tapered down on that a little?
I've tapered down a little bit for myself, and just, well, I guess we could touch on, for me it feels like a new beginning since COVID. And I don't want to bring much attention to COVID, but it was a difficult time for all businesses, I'm sure.
I think it was a reset. I just
it was a reset.
Open during COVID. Can you?
Really? Yeah, and that's amazing, because my niece and nephew opened a competition during COVID. So talk about challenges. So I think it was a great opportunity. It was an opportunistic time and a difficult time for business. Here I was established 15 years. And that was challenging. So I feel like it's been a reset for me, and it feels like the early years. So I don't know if to some, you're like, wow, how have you done this continuously for 20 years? To me, it feels like 5 years, because that set us back, like most businesses, a lot. And we had to really focus and zone in on what is our purpose, why are we here? So for me, I really had to zone in on my purpose and why, and I know my purpose has been to serve the community and to serve children, and it was just like, funk. I was doing that anyways, but I think I needed that reset to say, you ain't going anywhere. Yeah. So happy 20th Planet Dance. We got a long way to go, and I'm excited to continue to create these mentorships and create these wonderful memories and serve through the children and their parents.
Where do you see Planet Dance going after your reset?
Well, I mean, the competition department is growing. We have a new mini performance team starting for the next season. So just the consistency of that and coming back from the earlier years and growing. I do see the competition team growing, and I also see the recreational department growing. We have so many little kids who love the Mommy and Me, and now we have these 2 and 3 year olds stepping into the 4 to 5 year old age group who want to get on stage. Right. So there's just not enough said about what that stage experience does for these young children. So the future is just to keep doing what we're doing. I'm not looking to expand or change, except I just really want to keep what we have going strong.
Right. Can we talk a little bit about the parent dance?
Oh yes, my favorite.
So Joanne does her yearly recitals, right, with the students and the teachers, but then she also pulls in parents to do a parent dance, which Sixto and I will be a part of this year, so stay tuned for that.
So the parent dance is a blast. It started a couple years ago when we went to nationals at competition. Well, I shouldn't say it started, it came back, because we had a lot of the adult classes and the parent classes. And we'll be bringing some of those back, like Happy Tappy Hour was a blast right before COVID. So fun. So managing, getting our fingers back into all of the departments strong again. More of the adult classes will be coming back. But going to the parent dance, we decided last minute to add a parent dance for nationals. So that was 2 years ago. And we won.
Surprise.
Surprise. That was a huge collaborative effort of our parents who didn't believe in themselves, but there was someone who believed in them. And when they won in Atlantic City 2 years ago and won that huge trophy, now they can tell you, they can speak for themselves, but the feeling is amazing.
Yeah, so much fun.
Yep, so we won, and then this most recent nationals became, I think, second runner-up. We can accept that. That was okay. So now we added it in the recital dance, in the recital, and so a little bit more and more interest has come. So I think it's only been a couple years back in the recital, and we opened it up to everybody, and we start in April. So we look so forward to adding that back in. Just a fun dance class. We do a parent section for the moms and the dads, collaborate together and have fun. We just have fun. And I gotta tell you, you're probably sitting out there thinking, I can't do that. Well, think about what it means to the children. And think about when the kids come into a dance class and they come home and say, it's too hard, I can't do it. And they have me and the whole team behind them saying, you can do hard things and we'll help you and support you to get there. The same goes for you parents.
Speaking of hard things and classes that you've been trying to get me into,
Mm-hmm.
do you know where this is going? The heels class.
Yep, I'll be there next week.
Has a heels class here, like a heels sexy dance class.
Woman empowerment.
Yes, and that's what I love about that though, because
So fun.
In this day of age, like you hear so much about female empowerment, women supporting women and things like that, but when it comes to
taking action.
well, not just taking action, but when it comes to activities that promote self-confidence, the way your class does, you don't see a lot of that. It's more self-confidence as in, oh yeah, I've got your back, you've got mine, let's go out to lunch. But coming here and doing a heels class and having to look yourself in the mirror while you're doing it, that's empowerment.
It is.
I haven't done it yet.
Yes, and you're lucky you're busy with your clients on Monday nights. But
Mondays are board meeting days.
Oh, okay. Good excuse. You're allowed. Excusable. I get how difficult it is for the adults to commit, and that's why we do pop-up classes. It's not consistently every week, but pretty much every other week. And I have difficulty myself looking in the mirror, and people might, oh, you look so good. You teach dance. You can do this. I don't get up every day in heels and dance like the instructor does. So Miss Justine teaches the heels class. I cover when she's absent, but
I need to get
it is so fun. It is so fun. So we have some of the alumni. So we like to keep it 18 plus because it is a little
adult.
Yes, it's adult. So you can wear heels or no heels. I wear sneakers the whole time until it's time to perform it. And with that said, I have 18-year-olds to 25-year-olds, 35, 45, 55, and we've had 65-year-olds in there. So it is a wide range of ages, and just if it feels good, you do it.
I'm thinking about how so this show, since we started, right, has been so incredible with how things have worked itself out in the community. Like Sixto, now running for city council, right? Like he's good. Priscilla from the Wish Project ended up getting a $10,000 grant because someone saw the Nosey Lady Show, is what he called it, the Nosey Lady Show. And then the Wish Project was picked by Lowell General for their foundation for the ball, and they raised $52,000 for her. So Priscilla and the Wish Project, incredible. Ronnie Hoey from Project Compass.
Oh gosh, I'm scared.
Woman of the Year from Girls Inc.
That's so sweet.
Right?
That's amazing. Look at me.
So now Joanne.
Oh gosh,
We'll
no,
see.
I can't handle that
Why?
attention. It's weird for me because I don't know. It's just
You dance on stage.
Let's go back to the stage experience. No.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. So it's great for you to highlight, and that's what I said. It's been it's so important and so meaningful that you even thought of me and give me this attention and credit. And it is difficult to accept sometimes because
you're so busy giving. So
I feel that a little bit as I get older.
But that drains you though. But you have to understand the impact that you're making in the community. So we're gonna highlight you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
But I think that's what's going on with a lot of women in the community though, because we're just so used to giving and we're so used to depleting ourselves and our resources to everyone else. But we do it because we want to do it. Right? And it doesn't feel like we're forced to do it. It's just our nature. And what better way though to refill ourselves than celebrating each other?
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love what you do. And you do. You make me realize that I have to be better at receiving.
Yes.
I know I'm working on that, but it's so true because I tell the students to receive this, and I just have that epiphany right now because I have to be better at receiving. I'm teaching them how to receive. Yes. Receive these lessons, receive this constructive criticism, which is difficult at times. So even the praise is difficult to hear sometimes. So I'm receiving this. And
I get that too. The praise is hard to get. Yeah. But you have to learn. So, and this is what I'm learning too. Let it come back full circle, right? All the love you give out, let it come right back to you. And
I feel that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And sometimes it makes you cry. Like when I was talking to I was talking about Chloe, it makes me so emotional because she's getting all the love back and she doesn't know how to accept it, and I feel the same way. It's all of us.
It's so true. It's a difficult thing to do when you are a giver and a mother and all of it. I mean, just we choose to, but I also feel like we're chosen to.
We are chosen to, exactly, and that we shouldn't change that. We should just honor it, and sometimes I don't know how you deal with it when you're stressed out or overwhelmed with all of it, because sometimes it is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
What do you do when it becomes overwhelming? How do you fill your cup?
First breathe. Just first breathe. I mean, we just don't do that enough, right? No. New challenges coming my way. I think I don't react. I don't anymore. I sit with it. I want to react. I do. I want to react. So how do I deal with it? I sit with it. I sit with it, and I sit with it, and I share if I am in a trusted, with my trusted people and with my circle, and I'm so blessed that I have a huge circle, and I have people, I have a support system, I have people I trust. And then I sit with it some more, and then I can release it. Right. And maybe it wasn't a good day 2 days ago or last week, but there is a tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think I'm working on that and getting better at the challenges, because the challenges don't ever stop.
No.
They don't ever stop.
They snowball sometimes.
Yeah, they snowball. And, and this is my happy place. Oh my gosh, my mom saw that sign in the lobby. It says, "This is my happy place." And she's so sweet. And it's been there for so long. And we were leaving the other night, and she goes, "Is this your happy place?" Like, so literally. And it's just like so cool that she saw that. And I was reminded of that from my mom. And yes, I'm reminded of that. And even though it might not be the happiest day, I show up as my best self. Right. And I do my best. And that's all. I just do my best. And that's all I ask of everyone. Yeah. So the challenges are never going away. They're going to keep coming. That's it. To have a week with no challenges, I've been so blessed for so long that I sometimes say, okay, I need to work on how I handle my challenges, so when they come, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. So
I think you do great. I think one of the things that I've learned from you is how to communicate frustrations and things like that, because I've known to hold everything in. So when we have our chats, I do pick up on things like that. So not just cooking, it's also communicating frustrations.
But how amazing your position is too, where you're not a clinical therapist, and either am I, but we're able to be there in so many ways outside of what our job entails. And you do that for so many people in the community too, and you know that.
You guys are forced to talk to me. You're face down for a good amount of time on my treatment table. We are. And I just can't imagine how you handle all of that energy from so many different walks of life too. But you have such a zen about you, and just being a good listener. I've learned from you. It's so nice. I'm like, wow, she listens really well. And that's something I've worked on in the past few years. Can you tell Sixto that?
Yes, she's a good listener. She is. She might be a little quicker than you.
I'm fiery. You are too.
I absolutely. I have a lot of different personalities. There's no shame in the game.
Yeah.
I have my patient self, my fiery self, my zen self, I don't even know if those are called, I don't know.
They're yourself. You can call them whatever you want.
We'll call them moods. I have a lot of different moods, and guess what? We all do.
Mm-hmm.
We all do.
Mm-hmm.
But truthfulness and honesty and passion are always behind those moods.
Right.
Tell Sixto that. It's true. There's passion behind those fiery moods.
He has, most of the time he handles it pretty well. For the most part.
We'll give him that.
Yeah, he does pretty well.
B+.
He's like an A because he learns.
Oh.
And it wouldn't even, some days it's like an A- because he catches attitude. But for the most part, he's like an A. And when he tries, it's an A+. But
absolutely,
we'll say A.
Absolutely. Good. Go you.
Yeah. So before we finish today, is there anything else you would like to talk about? Anything you'd like to let us know?
Oh, I love the community here, and I love that I get to do what I get to do.
We're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who cares about the kids. I'm sure there's a lot of people
yes,
that care
absolutely.
about the kids the way you do, but it's more the nurturing part of it that you do that is
personalization.
Yeah. Yes.
And I get that. When I opened 20 years ago, there wasn't a lot of competition. There was no studios near each other.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward 20 years, there are so many equally fabulous studios in our area, I have to say. I'm friends with most of them, if not all of them, and a lot of the studios offer a lot of fabulous things. So
can we say though that alone makes you stand out because you're not looking at these other studios as competition?
Yep. And also when we have people walk in and they might have had dance experience a few years back at another studio, I'm just so happy to offer. I'm always truthful. For what you see is what you get, and we want you here if you want to be here, and it may not be the best fit for everyone. So I think I like to come off open and honest because not a lot of people are comfortable in that environment, and we have the sayings on the wall, you create the environment that you want.
Yes.
So I do take pride in the environment that we created as a team, as a community, and yeah, I love coming to work every day, and I love that our sisters in the dance industry are working equally as hard, and I love and respect them all too.
Right. So before we say goodbye though, how many kids do you think you've had over the 20 years?
That's a hard one. So let me think, I don't know, 20 years times 200, most stay for at least 10 years, 15 years, some. I would say, gosh.
Don't look at me.
I don't know.
Fake Asian with my math.
I don't know. I'm going to guess thousands.
Yeah, I would say in the thousands.
Thousands of families, for sure. And, I think the best thing is just like Facebook and the community behind the DMs that are just, I remember when, and I'm bringing my kids to you, and I moved, but I can't find anything that had your atmosphere, your vibe, and it's just, I know that as a community we've made such an impact, and we'll continue to.
But just think about that.
I know.
You, Joanne.
Silly.
Thousands of kids, not just their kids, their families. It's that ripple effect that you were able to create with that positivity that you give, and the love and the attention that you give to the kids. Thousands of kids.
That's amazing. You're so sweet and kind to, I haven't even thought about that in 20 years. So
incredible.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, incredible.
Thank you.
And I hope you do get more highlights.
Thank you.
I hope more people do come out and tell you how lucky we are to have you.
Thank you. They do share their love a lot of times, and now recital is a great highlight moment for that because I love going out at intermission at the end of the recital and just seen all the grandparents who've been with their kids and their grandkids for the past, generations. And they still go, they show up.
Yeah.
Can I share one funny
Yes.
offhanded compliment that I got about 15 years ago, 18 years ago? So recital moments. Dance dads might say, what is this thing we have to go to? Like, think about a man's point of view. They want to be at a barbecue on a Saturday afternoon in June.
In the summer, yeah.
In the summer. Recitals are always in the summer. And I'll never forget this. It must have been the early years. And one dad said to me, he stopped me. I'm walking through the recital, and he grabbed me and he said, "Are you the owner? Can I share with you?" He looked me right in the eyes and he said, "When my wife told me I had to come to this thing, I thought I was about to stab my eyeballs out." That's what he said. And he said, "I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of this show." And I laughed hysterically, my flip-top self, and I said, "Thank you so much for telling me that. That meant the world to me." And every year when we create our show, I think about the dads or the men who don't want to be there, and how can we surprise them or entertain them.
Right.
And I just think it's hysterical that they actually enjoy themselves, and it's really important to me. So that's why, parents, you have to come out for the parent dance or do the extra fun stuff that we invite you to, so that we can add those surprise elements. So again, that's not a Joanne thing, that's our community dance thing that keeps it so fun. So I had to share that because I always share that with
so
the
funny.
families, because
Well, we're looking forward
best
to being a
compliment.
part of it this year.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, it'll be a family thing this year.
Yes.
Family affair.
Yes, and you're going to film it for your friends and say, "Look at Sixto and I."
Yeah. And we'll film the kids too.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of the kids too.
Oh, well,
Awesome.
Joanne, thank you for showing us your studio and being a part of your favorite Nosey Neighbor family.
Of course.
This oh my God, my words just stopped.
Oh, it's not just me.
So thank you for joining us on episode number 4 of Your Favorite Nosey Neighbor. If you're around Lowell, stop by Planet Dance and give Joanne a call. Come and take a little tour, and if you're available to come to the recital, come catch the parent dance and the kid dance.
June 21st.
June 21st. And if you have any questions or need rental space, also contact Joanne. Joanne, how can people get a hold of you?
The best way is old school email, planetdance@comcast.net, because I'm a night owl and it's just nice to communicate that way. Or you can stop in. You can stop by the studio any day, anytime. Weekdays we're here from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then on the weekends we're here 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. So stop in, email, or call. I do return my phone calls.
She does, and she's quick on the phones too.
So thank you guys.
Okay, thank you for watching.
Bye.